Hey everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to bring you a video on first-time home buyer secrets to increase your credit score. Now, if you're new to my channel is dedicated to helping people no matter where they are in their credit journey. And so for those who have trouble credit, learning how to improve your credit, and if you have good credit, learning how to leverage that good credit to create cash flow. Now, I want to just make a quick announcement. Be very careful, you guys, here on YouTube. There are a lot of scammers that are in the comment section that use the YouTuber or the content creator picture, and they're giving you an email address to go to or a WhatsApp, and then saying that they're posing as that person. I am not doing consultations. I have shut that down. So please keep in mind, anybody that's putting those comments with my picture, that is not me. You will notice if it's me, when I reply, my name will be highlighted because I am the content creator and I'm responding. So please be careful. Now, with this content, just to give you tips and secrets on how to improve your credit score for first-time home buyers. One thing, if you're a first-time home buyer, if you're not familiar, there's a program, federal program, which is called FHA. FHA is a government-sponsored program, government-backed program. This program is helping you to become a homeowner even if you don't have a lot of money to put down. You only have to put about 3.5% down, and you don't need a really high credit score. Actually, with FHA, you can get approved with a 500 credit score, but most lenders, which is banks, have their own overlays to the program or for their own requirements. So sometimes you can get in with a 580 credit score, but that's going to be a higher interest rate. Now, with the way the economy is going, they might be, the banks, the lenders with their overlays, looking for a higher credit score. So generally 620 used to be a good door to get in, but if you need to increase your credit score, here's some tips how to do that to qualify for that program. Now, this is for even if you want to go conventional. If people don't know about a conventional loan, that's usually where the lender itself is not using the FHA program and just qualifying you through their guidelines through the bank. And a lot of times it's required 15% down or 20% down on the purchasing price on a home. So it's a lot of new first-time home buyers go FHA. So if you don't know that, that's how I purchased my first home. And I end up using the program to really help me buy my second three-family by the age of 25. So I bought my first home at 19 through FHA, single mom, and was able to get a second property at the age of 25. If you guys want me to do a video on how I actually did that, I had a friend that told me how to really navigate that. And if you want to know about that, just put in the comment section that if you guys want to hear about that more in detail. But many people just want a home to purchase for their family and themselves, so you might not be interested in learning about that. So the first tip that you need to know to improve your credit score via FHA. Now stick around for the last one. The easiest one, the quickest one, I'm going to save for last, one of the biggest tips. But the first one, you want to pay down installment debt. Installment loans are like your car loans, student loans. By paying those debt down, it helps you to increase your credit score because it's also one of the biggest requirements that is one of the biggest factors that it involves your credit score. Payment history is 35%, but 30% is debt to available credit. So if you have too much debt and not enough available credit, your score will be lower. So by paying down these installment loans, bringing down your overall debt, you'll see an increase in your credit score. Another important factor, the more monthly obligations that you have, monthly payments, the less you can qualify for a home. A lot of people do not grasp that concept, but what you qualify, the limit of what you can buy, so versus a $200,000 home to a $300,000 home, is based off your monthly debt obligations. So if you have car notes, student loan debts, even installment loans, or you just took out a personal loan and you have monthly payments, you qualify for less of a home you can afford. So it goes off of your disposable income. So you want to pay that down. This is why I constantly tell people, and they cannot really grasp the concept, self-builder. To put in pledge loans is not a real good way to build credit, because the more debt that you have, you're showing a monthly obligation. When you go for a loan, personal loan, home loan, car loan, you qualify for less. So I hope that's clear, because so many people, oh, but it helped me build a good credit score. You can build good credit history other ways. So you don't want to add more debt. So if you're doing that in order to buy a home, guess what? You're going to qualify for less. So it can, in this market, with the high home prices, and they're just rising, you might not be able to afford a home if you continue to add on superficial, nonsensical debt like that. So you don't want to do that. So the second tip I want to give you guys, you want to work on your collections and all those negative items before you even search for a mortgage. This is going to be a good tip that a lot of people don't know. If you don't know, if before you or when you start searching for a mortgage, those that bought a home probably previously noticed this. When you start looking for a mortgage, all these collections pop out the woodwork, all this stuff, because it's called a trigger list. So what happens is they understand, collection companies, debt companies understand, when you are looking for a home, you are very motivated to remove those debts, because you cannot qualify for a home unless it's paid off. So they'll start debt parking if you're not careful. So you want to make sure you clean up all those negative collections before you start looking for a mortgage. Okay? This is something a lot of people don't tell you. So you want to clean up everything off your credit before you look for a mortgage, because these, soon as they see you searching for a mortgage, the credit bureaus, like I told you guys, are not your friend. They make money by selling your information. So they sell your information on what's called a trigger list and put your name out to collection companies to give them the opportunity to park debt on you. So if you have a collection right now, most likely you're not going to be able to qualify for FHA loan unless that debt is paid off. So what you need to do right now is send out a debt validation letter and start working on that collection. I have debt validation letters at my website, so I'll include that link in the video, and you want to follow the process to remove that negative item. Now, number three, you need to talk to a mortgage broker beforehand. Don't let them pull your credit, okay? Just talk to them about the current requirements. So the reason why you want to do that, I have worked with clients that their programs, let's say you have a really old charge-off they didn't have to remove that really old charge off. They would be able to qualify for the mortgage without dealing with that charge off. So if you have a charge off that is old, talk to a mortgage broker, because brokers, unlike banks, like if you go to a Bank of America, Wells Fargo, they are backed in by their standards. Brokers deal with a number of lenders. So a lot of time, if you can talk to them, let them know where your credit score is and what's on your credit. You need to know that. You need some kind of credit monitoring system. You need access to your credit report. Then they can tell you, with the age of that item, do it need to be dealt with. Usually collections, you do have to deal with that, but it could be quite possible with charge-offs, you don't have to deal with that negative item. So talk to a mortgage broker. Another key point, they're going to use FICO 4 or FICO 2, not FICO 8. A lot of your credit monitoring systems, Credit Karma is a Vantage score. Throw that out the window. The lenders are not going to use that. But if you have Experian, MyFICO, they usually are going to show you a FICO 8. Now, Experian will show you your mortgage score, okay? And that's going to generally be a FICO 2 or a FICO 4. There's different variations of FICO if you did not know. So what the banks use for a mortgage is going to be a FICO 2 or a FICO 4. So your FICO 8 that you're seeing is most likely is a higher score than your FICO 2 and 4. FICO 2 and 4 most of the times is going to be lower than your FICO 8. Okay, so you need to find out what is your FICO 2 and your FICO 4 score. Okay, you can use Experian. It will show you for Experian only what your FICO score, FICO for a mortgage is. So understand also, they're going to go with your mid score, not the highest score, not the lowest, the one in the middle. So if Experian is your highest, TransUnion is your second highest, and Equifax is your lowest, they're going to look at your TransUnion score. So keep that in mind. Now, another thing you want to be careful with is your hard inquiries. So going back to a mortgage company, or you searching for a home, you want to make sure you have everything in a row, your ducks in a row, because once they pull your credit, unlike going for credit cards or other types of loans, they're going to pull all three across the board. Okay, and I have seen this plenty of times. If that person cannot find a home, even if you qualify for that mortgage within 90 days, they're going to have to pull it again. So you can get a number of hard inquiries. You're going to get 3 every time when they pull for that mortgage score, if they have to continue to pull it again. All right. So you want to minimize that. So you want to make sure you take care of your hard inquiries beforehand to prepare for that. Your other negative items, and have your ducks in a row so you are at your best. Have your credit score increase so you can get the best interest rate. Deal with those hard inquiries, because you're just going to get more hard inquiries just from applying for a mortgage. And if you don't know, hard inquiries will decrease your credit score each time they pull 3 to 5 points. So if you need to remove hard inquiries, you can go to my website. We got a free hard inquiry removal package, and you can start working on your hard inquiries. Now, here's the 2 tips, and I'm going to list them. It's going to be number 4. You guys, you want to make sure that you pay down your credit card, existing credit card debt. You can increase your credit score within 4 days just by employing that. I have a video totally dedicated on that strategy. But with your credit cards, like I mentioned, the second biggest factor of your credit score is debt to available credit. So if you pay down your credit cards, you can see your credit score increase almost even up to 100 points by bringing down your utilization. Utilization is the second biggest factor of your credit score. Between payment history that everybody focus on, utilization, payment history 35%, utilization is 30%. It's only 5% difference between those two. So what you need to do, if you pay down your credit cards before the reporting date, you can see your credit score go up. You can get like 50 to 60 points just paying down your utilization. You want to have it optimal at 1 to 10%. Bare minimum below 29%. But if you can bring it down below that 29%, you're going to see your score go up. So you want to make sure you pay down credit card debt, okay? And it's probably best to pay them off if it's possible, because like I said, you're going to have that monthly obligation showing of a payment. So if you pay that credit card debt off or pay it down, you don't have that monthly payment showing and you can qualify for more. Last but not least tip, the golden goose. Adding on unsecured lines of credit will increase your credit score if your score is under a 700. Okay? Adding on unsecured line of credit, that is revolving credit, credit cards, a line of credit, which is like home equity lines of credit, unsecured lines of credit. By adding on unsecured lines of credit will affect your utilization, which is 30% of your credit score. You will see your score increase by adding on that unsecured line of credit up to, I see on an average of 49 points when it reports. Keep in mind, don't go crazy and get 2 or 3 cards all in 1 month. You want each one to report one at a time if you're going to do it. It's best to do it before you apply for a mortgage, because they get a little hesitant when they're seeing that you're open new accounts once you're in the process of qualifying for their mortgage. But you can increase your credit score just by adding on unsecured lines of credit. Now, if you are above a 700 credit score, you got to be very careful, especially if you at a 730. That will decrease your credit score because it will affect your age of credit. So that would not be for you. But people that's under a 700 credit score, which is going to be a lot of people that's looking to increase their credit score, you add on unsecured lines of credit. You want to make sure you do this before you go for that mortgage, and you'll see your score increase. So hopefully this was helpful. If you have any questions, contact me at my website. And if you need more information, or if you want to see other content, please leave the comments in the video and I can make content according to what you guys' needs are. So enjoy your day.